called Lariam, an anti-malarial drug. The MOD authorises its prescription. The manufacturer says the benefits far outweigh the side effects. This retired Lieutenant Colonel disagrees and blames Lariam for a range of health problems.
Dizziness, loss of balance, and one thing that was actually quite common across the team was what we called the Lariam moment. It's almost like having early onset of Alzheimer's disease.
Lariam is one of several drugs designed to fight a big problem, malaria. 855,000 people died because of malaria in 2013, according to the World Health Organization. When our military operates in malaria-prone regions from Africa to Afghanistan, they need protecting. Lariam, also known as Mefloquine, is frequently prescribed, but it has side effects, including severe depression and other mental health conditions. For some time now, there have been calls for our personnel to stop taking the drug. Now adding his voice, MP and former Army officer Johnny Mercer.
I've had a letter about once or twice a week, really, from people all over the UK who have suffered or know someone who suffered. They believe as a result of them taking Lariam. Now, that's a lot of people. We really need to just halt putting this drug out there for our guys and girls to use it until a proper study has been done.
Andrew Marriott is a former Lieutenant Colonel who says he suffered disturbed sleep, anger, dizziness and a host of other problems as a result of taking Lariam before going to Sierra Leone.
We know that Lariam causes a range of side effects in about a quarter or a third of the people. Now, these are all sorts of things: dizziness, confusion, loss of balance, poor sleep and so on. Now, is that really the sort of drug that we want to be giving soldiers deploying in operations using sophisticated equipment and lethal equipment such as hand grenades and rifles? Clearly, a drug like that is incompatible with military service. Now, I've asked the Chief of the Defence Staff to get involved. He won't. I've asked the Surgeon General for explanations of this, and actually one of the problems is that there is no one in the Ministry of Defence, as far as I can see, from the level of the Chief of the Defence Staff downwards, who's actually got the moral courage to address this.
So how frequently is this drug prescribed to British military personnel? Figures revealed by the MOD via a Freedom of Information request by The Independent in April show 17,000 personnel have been prescribed the drug during the last 7 years. Almost 1,900 were given Lariam in 2014. 263 needed medical treatment as a result. In total, 994 service personnel were admitted to psychiatric hospitals or treated at mental health clinics after taking Lariam since 2008. Although whether Lariam was the cause of hospitalisation and in what proportion is difficult to define. Public Health England set the guidelines which allow Lariam Mefloquine to be prescribed. They had no one available to comment and referred me to the MOD, who in a statement said their medical advice is based on the current guidelines set out by Public Health England, adding, based on this expert advice, the MOD continues to prescribe Mefloquine as part of a range of recommended malaria prevention treatments which help protect personnel from this life-threatening disease. Mefloquine is used by civilians and military personnel throughout the world, and we only ever prescribe it after an individual risk assessment. Andrew Marriott believes a different drug should be used.
There are alternatives. One is called doxycycline, which can be taken on a daily basis as opposed to the weekly regime of Lariam. But for some reason, that was being denied to the personnel in Sierra Leone.
Alternatives are prescribed to military personnel in certain circumstances, but as it stands now, Lariam continues to be widely distributed. Tim Cooper, Forces News.